Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. Just want to do a quick update on some PPP stuff and more importantly the EIDL update that I have for you guys. And before I get into it, please like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends and colleagues, and let's get into it. Couple things first, and that is number one, Hertz Rental Car today announced that they are not going to buy 90% of their normal yearly purchases for rental cars. Now, the big deal with that is the rental car industry, which I did not know until I read this today, accounts for 10% of all auto sales in the world, okay? And by them not buying 90% of the car purchases, think about what that's going to do with the auto industry, with gas, with fuel, with repairs, with everything associated with the auto industry, with the rental cars and everything. Here locally, Anaheim Stadium, where the Angels play, is loaded with rental cars. There are thousands of rental cars parked there. Another YouTuber this week showed Palm Springs Airport has 3,000 vehicles parked up there. Dodger Stadium here locally has got rental cars parked there too, and just a sign of the times where the economy's at, okay? Now, PPP money is still available for people, and the problem that the SBA is doing is they're kind of doing a twist with everybody where they're trying to recommend that you go the PPP route if you're waiting your EIDL loan, okay? It's ridiculous. You know, 75% of this money must be used for payroll. You've got 6 months of no payments. It's a 1% interest, but this is something that is going to be a tough loan for a lot of people to get forgiven. Even though they're saying, oh, it's going to be so simple. It's not. It's got to be used for payroll. You've got to bring these people back. You have to track every cent of the loan, okay? If you fired people, you need to hire people back, and it's based on the payroll purchases that you have going forward. So I don't know if everybody can bring people back. Depending on the type of industry you're in, you may have gotten this money and be stuck, but the problem is you've only got 2 years to pay this back. So I know somebody last week that got $250,000. If they don't meet the criteria, they've got 2 years to pay back $250,000. So think about that. After 8 weeks of being involved with the program, your lender is going to determine if you met those requirements or not. So it's going to be interesting. And here's where the smoke and mirrors come in with the SBA. They're trying to push microloans right now. And oh, get a microloan. They're $25,000 or less, and you can get those. Where they're more difficult to get than a PPP loan. Your credit's got to be better, and you have to already have a pre-established relationship with a bank. So I don't know about you, but if I've already borrowed SBA money, I'm going to call my lender back and say, Harry, lend me money immediately. You know what we do, you know what I need, and fix that. The other thing, the bridge loans, the express bridge loans, same problem. $25,000. You have to have a previous relationship. And you have to use their authorized lenders. It's completely a mess, okay? Now, all roads lead back to the EIDL loan and how great the EIDL loan is. Think about this, a 30-year loan at 3.75% interest rate that you can use for working capital, which is a much broader term, okay? You can buy inventory, you can advertise, you can do things to promote your business, in addition to payroll, in addition to rent, in addition to insurance and everything else tied to the PPP loan, okay? They're still weeks behind on the answer. Now, today we got an email from the SBA, and it said, a couple things, please, don't contact the local SBA offices for answer, just contact the loan office. That is ridiculous. Contact anybody you want, okay? The SBA, what are they doing? If they're not dealing with the disaster loan programs, what is the SBA possibly doing right now? There's nothing going on. There are no conventions. There are no shows for them to go advertise to. They are not doing any common business ventures out there to promote anything. There's no women's groups. There's nothing that's going on right now other than getting these people these disaster loans. So call them and get answers from them. Here's the other thing is that we're getting questions on, if I get a grant, do I have to pay it back? You do not. If you've been advanced any money, you do not have to pay that money back. That money is yours whether you get the loan or not. And again, if you get a loan offer and you don't want to accept the terms, especially after what I'm about to tell you, then you don't have to. You don't have to take it, okay? But again, if this money can benefit you and you see a light at the end of the tunnel by borrowing money at this time, do not borrow this money if it's going to, oh God, if I just could get this money, we'll get through the next 6 months. Guys, the Hertz rental car thing is going to affect us for years. This is the sign of the times. Again, first inning of this whole thing. So do not think that this is going to be a stopgap to fix problems for you financially, because the economy, I just don't believe that it's there right now. So if you have been denied for a loan, I really want to see a denial letter from someone. I know of no one that has received a denial letter. Now, I'm still in limbo. I applied through the long form on the 29th, and on the 30th, I did the express form that so many of you did. On April 15th, I got my $1,000 advance, and that's it, okay? I got a letter, oh, you're still being reconsidered, blah, 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 okay? I've called them, it doesn't look good. We'll let you know, we're running 3 weeks behind, we don't have an answer, okay? You have to wait for the denial letter. Now, here's the thing about the denial letter when it gets sent out to you, is that you are allowed to immediately reply to that with reconsideration. So whatever the reason is that you are denied, whether it's credit, whether it's you don't seem like an economically feasible business, whatever, reply to that email with an answer as far as exactly why you should get this loan, and explain everything. None of the application process, and I went through like 25 of them today, okay, of different pages that people have sent me. None of them say that this loan is based on credit, okay? I saw one yesterday, like the most recent one. Oh, if you have a decent credit score, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's the latest shenanigans ones with the agricultural people, okay? But none of this economic injury disaster loan was designed for people with great credit, okay? So there's that. So if you have a denial letter, please, I would really like to see it, okay? Send it to iAllegedly@gmail.com. Black anything out that you don't want seen. But I would really love to see this, because here's the ridiculous part. The local SBA office here in Orange County, California, still has not seen a denial letter, okay? It's mid-May right now, okay? And they have not seen what a denial letter looks like. But also, please don't contact them, because you don't want to bug those people. Now, here's something you need to listen to, okay? And I just found this out. Loans that were applied up until April 16th and before are the loans being considered right now. So look at your application date. If you applied the 21st, they're not even looking at your loan. They're only going to look at loans, to process loans through April 16th, 2020, okay? Now, it's ridiculous to think about that, because we have millions of applications, and those of you that applied the 17th, the 18th, they're saying that they may not even look at your loan application, okay? So again, call the local office and get an answer to that. If you do not get an adequate answer from the SBA at the loan department, if they just say it's in process, because that's not good enough. You need a specific answer, okay? And so the other thing that we keep getting requests for is the artwork for the 10K. Now, I really appreciate you guys, but we've gotten so many different things. Here's one, if you can see this, from Cleveland, where it says, webinar from April 13th, get your 10K advance. It doesn't say per employee. Here's another one, PPP, 10K advance. There's no wording, there's no verbiage on that one. That's got the little SBA logo on that one too. That's really nice that they had made up. And then here's the other one, 10K advance. You click on that box and you get the 10K advance. And then this is what they changed the wording to later. And this was like mid-April they did this. And it was 10K advance. The loan advance will provide up to $10,000 economic relief for businesses that are currently experiencing temporary difficulty. Up to, that's what they started doing, okay? So it's ridiculous, okay? The other thing with the EIDL loans is that, think about what I'm going to tell you, okay? They've changed the terms on everything. It used to be up to $2 million. I know people that have gotten approved for loans, $300,000, $400,000, and they can't get that. Now they're offering them $150,000. But they'll only give them $15,000 up front. That is outrageous, okay? Please ask them for your money, and if you sign these loan documents, you want it all at the same time. The other thing is loans over $25,000 need to be collateralized. They're unsecured. Here's what doesn't make any sense is it's unsecured, but it's collateralized. So you've got to put something up if it's over $25,000. So think about that. You may not want to borrow over 25 grand from these people, okay? Because there's a lot to it. They can go back and they can audit you for 5 years, okay? Once you get the EIDL loans for the last 5 years. After you pay the loans off, when you sign the loan documents, they can audit you for the next 3 years after you pay the loan off, okay? All the different things that we've seen, the economic loans, you know, the program's a disaster, the answers are a disaster. There's no update right now that's more than a holding pattern for everybody, okay? So, you know, I've got some things coming out that we're gonna show you guys tomorrow that are super cool. Please like and share this video, share it with your friends, but just hang in there, okay? Work on the plan. The other thing that we talked about is, do you have receivables from your business? Do you deal business to business and people owe you money right now? There's a thing called factoring where you can sell your invoices. They will give you money for those invoices, and then they will collect the money from your people. I spoke to America's Factors today, Robert, and factoring is a great way to get money. It's 1 to 3%. I just called one company to see if they were still doing this because I'd heard about it years ago, and it could be an option for you guys, okay? So look forward to tomorrow's video, share this, and please, if anybody has one of those denial letters, please let me know. I'd love to see it. Reach out on Facebook, Instagram, and all the other stuff. Like, follow, subscribe, share this with your friends, and hang on, okay? Because more's coming, okay? Good luck to everybody.